Hi there, welcome back to my new video. So in a previous video, we designed this layout which you are able to see on my screen. We designed this cool dialog box where we use this as a portal to update our APIs, to update our given API address and store it inside our shared preferences. We also worked on the custom drawable for this search bar. We created some of the layout files, custom drawable files to make it look like an actual search bar. Then we designed the upper static portion of the screen, which includes this circular progress bar with the EC2 image, some of the buttons, new morphism stuff, and also some of the cool text banners. So in this video, I'll mainly target on the lower portion, which is the dynamic portion of the screen. So this includes the recycler view, and inside the recycler view, there are two primary things to work on. First, the cell. So cell is a basic unit inside the recycler view, or one item inside the recycler view. So to display these items in a form of this vertical scrolling view, we need to design one layout for the recycler view item. And I've also mentioned this, that this is going to be a expandable view. So the items which you are able to see on the screen, whenever you click on the cell, it will be expanding below, and there you will be getting more options. And when you get this app, you can also make modifications and introduce your own stuff in this. uh, so in this video, we'll be designing this layout, and hopefully, if we completed this video in a short span of time, we can also start with coding. Otherwise, I'll be doing a split video in which I will be creating an adapter for the recycler view and making everything work. So let's get started. So before actually jumping on to our implementation, let's just understand quickly for our new beginners to get an information about what is actually the recycler view. So suppose I'll take an example of a classroom. So suppose there is a teacher who is teaching you a topic, and all of a sudden, all multiple students start asking questions at a single time. So what will happen at that time? There'll be a lot of overlapping, and teacher is not that much optimized enough to answer each and every question at a single time. So that's the exact same thing which happens, we used to happen before Recycler View landed. So all this calling around can become really processor intensive, and especially for complicated layouts. And furthermore, the situation can cause your list view scrolling to become jerky or non-responsive, and as it tries to grab the view references. So जैसे जैसे views complicate होता जाएगा, you will start adding multiple view groups inside that layout. So जैसे उसे scroll करेंगे, a lot, so at the same time multiple groups will start asking that I want to show up, and Android will get confused कि मैं अभी किसका view pop out करूँ. So in order to fetch so much of information at a single time, आपका app response lag करता था, and that used to happen a lot many times, which used to cause jitters and lags while scrolling when you used list views or grid views before recycler views. So the same thing which I mentioned, that list views and grid views only do half the job for achieving true memory efficiency. So they recycle the item layout, but they don't keep the references to the layout children. So it used to force us to call find view by ID each time that item used to come into the view. So वो उसका record नहीं रखता था. If that item has already asked the question, and if that so it never used to keep a record. So next time whenever the same question used to come to the teacher, she again used to answer that. So उसे नहीं पता लगता था कि मैंने already answer कर चुका है, why I'm answering it again. So that way अगर वो question 100 times repeat हो रहा है, so each time teacher उसको same answer देता रहेगा. So वो क्या, it will just create lag, और दूसरे views को उतना time नहीं मिलेगा to do their job, which causes this lagginess and non-responsive views. So for that reason, this recycler view came and उसने चीजें और easy कर दी. So recycler view came and said that, hey, I'm there to help you. So the major thing which recycler view changed was that it still uses an adapter to which where we need to set the data sources, जिसमें सारे हमें data initialize करना पड़ता है. We need to provide the data to the views. However, now view holders gets capable enough to storing the references. सो दैट अगर 20 क्वेश्चन आते हैं पूरी क्लास में से एंड टीचर नोज कि ये क्वेश्चन आंसर हो चुका है, सो इफ दैट क्वेश्चन कम्स इन सम अदर फॉर्म और पॉपअप होता है, तो उसको पता है कि ये क्वेश्चन का आंसर मुझे है। सो इंस्टेड ऑफ अगेन आंसरिंग, इट जस्ट पॉइंट्स टू द रेफरेंस ऑफ दैट क्वेश्चन कि हाँ मैंने इधर आंसर किया, यू कैन गो एंड चेक। तो दैट व्यू विल नॉट आस्क टू गेट पॉप्ड अप अगेन, so that will take the reference of its previous time when he showed up, and from that it will grab the view and वो re-pop up करेगा अपने screen पे, instead of asking to reinitialize and reinflate in that layout. So this is the beauty of recycler views. And moving on, and another perk of using recycler views is that they come with their own default animation. So before, if many of developers know that before recycler view we used to create our own animation, and we need to using interpolators and other kind of animation tools which are available, and they need to pass the animation to the recycler views or the list views, and they need to again and again refresh things to get that happen. But with the recycler views, it has its own default animations that comes, so we don't need to add or create another set of animations inside the Android Studio. So I hope this might have made some sense regarding recycler view, and rest of that we can have, well, I'll be actually working with the recycler view and you all can follow. So let's just get started and right jump into our Android Studio. So coming back to our Android Studio, so here we last time we left at this point. Now we need to create a recycler view in order to display those items. So this is our constraint layout. So let's add a recycler view. For instance, let's play with item count 5, and that's it. So this is our recycler view, and here in order to see how the recycler will look, we can add a layout. So in this we have an option of list item, and we can provide actually the list of items. So currently we need to design those items. So let's go ahead and design one item for this recycler view. So for that, uh, go inside layout, new layout resource file, and item instance. Okay. Now we don't want this. We can have a card view. Once we have a card view, we can. So inside this layout, the very first thing what we have is this circular view inside which we have an EC2 image. So let's just go ahead and design this first. So we have this thing in place. Now it's time to introduce these two text views. Perfect. Then the last thing in our bucket is this pneumorphism button. So we can make use of the same pneumorphism button which we designed for the home layout to make things faster. So let's just go ahead and copy this pneumorphism button and paste it inside this. Settings. That's it. So I think we are good to go. So we have this layout ready for us. So now let's go and put this layout inside the recycler view and see how does it look. So coming inside the recycler view here, we can provide the list item instance. Cool. So this is how the our view looks like inside the recycler view, and as you see, this is going up. So this was the thing which I was talking about, the scrollable portion. So now we have created the basic layout. Now also, as I mentioned that this is going to be an expandable view. So let us go ahead and create some more views inside this layout to make this as an expandable view. Switching back. So let's start with creating a divider view. Now, after this divider view, we have these two buttons. So let's go ahead and create these two buttons first. Textile, bold. That's it. We have these two buttons ready. Now we have to design this last linear layout where all the information will be pasted. So let us go ahead and create this as well. So inside this, we have to create another instance of linear layouts in order to make this kind of a view. buttons detail, I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see that or not, because I think while creating this layout I missed out on one information. So instant details can be like elongated. It can reach up to multiple lines, whatever the user wants. So for that we need to create a text view below these have in a match parent fashion, so that it could expand in full view to get all the details easily visible. So for that, what we can do is we can just copy one text view, and after this layout, we can have another text view. And this text view, let's keep as instance details. Okay, and let's just make it below this button and start of this, and we can expand it to full length, make it as 0 dp, and margin top we can give as 5. Cool. So we are good to go. We have everything ready for our design. So let us go ahead and also see how this looks in our layout. So now, if we look at this instance items, cool. So now we have this cool layout with divider view with this button. So this is how your layout will be looking if it's in an expanded fashion, and if it's compact, then you will be only seeing this upper portion of the layout. So things are looking good. So this completes our design for the layout. So if I also make that nimorphism button as visible, then we can see, okay, then when this is expanded, so this will be, I'll just show you. So when this is compact, you only be seeing the upper portion, and when the user clicks on this, then all these details will be popped up from where user can add the necessary actions which they want, um, according to their needs. So that's all for this video. I think we have stretched enough. So in next video, we'll be actually doing the coding of this recycler view. We'll be adding adapter instance, and we will be passing the data in form of list to the these recycler views. And also one more thing which I want to mention is, if you have made up to this point, then eventually we are not going to use the hard-coded values in this. So we are going to introduce a room database. So whenever a user enters the details of that instance which he wants to store, then all the information will be stored inside the room database, and after that we'll be retrieving that information from the database and displaying it inside the recycler view. So as of now, we are only playing with the hard-coded values, or we can call it as placeholders. But in our coming tutorials, in the coming videos, we'll be actually working with the room database and then storing the actual instance values inside the recycler view. So till then, stay tuned. I hope you liked the video. If yes, then please do like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any kind of doubt or any kind of problems while creating these layouts or following these videos, do let me know in comment section below. And till next video, thank you and peace out.